introduction of the e-levy, it has reduced a lot of people from the Momo business.
Right, so a lot of reactions to the e-levy. We're told, of course, Parliament has repealed the Electronic Transactions Levy Act, and we are now waiting presidential assent to bring that into force. But we've been joined on the phone lines by Joe Jackson. He is CEO of Dalex Finance. Mr. Jackson, thank you so much for your time. I mean, right, we've heard that all of these taxes that have been scrapped, among others, would give us some disposable income of some 2 billion Ghana cedis. And yesterday, the majority leader mentioned that, well, this will mean that Ghanaians will now have some cash to be able to do other things that they would have wanted to do instead of paying these taxes. Your thoughts on this?
Good morning, and good morning to all your listeners. Yes, it is true. Ghanaians have indicated clearly that they don't like the e-levy tax. They find it as a detestable onerous burden, and similar sentiments have been expressed for the tax on the betting company, on the betting winners. So
Hello, Mr. Jackson. Yes,
can you hear me?
Yes, your line was a bit tricky. We lost you along the line when you were talking about the betting tax.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you loud and clear now.
Okay. Now, the issue is simply this. We don't like, Ghanaians have said it clearly. It was also a promise in the manifesto, and the e-levy and the betting tax have been taken away. And to that extent, Ghanaians to be happy.
Right.
The only challenge is that the revenue has to be replaced because it's only one pot and everything comes from that pot. And so that means that the mining companies have been asked to pay more in the growth and sustainability levy. And the refund rate has been adjusted downwards. The maximum refund rate has been adjusted downwards. Those are the two things that are supposed to help cushion the effect of taking these taxes away.
But from where you sit, will these be able to provide the cushioning? Hello, Mr. Jackson?
Yes, unfortunately, your line is breaking up. I can't hear you.
Is it better now?
Yes, it is better now.
Right. So I'm asking, the sources of cushioning from the 2025 budget as read by the finance minister, from where you sit, do you see that being able to provide the cushioning that is expected after these levies and taxes have actually been cut?
It will go a long way to provide it, but there is some amount of skepticism amongst some of us that just maybe it will not cover everything. But at this moment, it is skepticism rather than a specific knowledge. So we will have to wait and see how best the revenue measures bridge the expenditure gap.
Now, you talked about the tax refund accounts reduced from 6% to 4%, and government says that, well, this should also bring in some savings. The argument has been that really this does not amount to savings, does it?
No, it doesn't amount to savings, but it's still, again, you see, one of the things you've got to also keep remembering is that they balanced out one way or the other. And so it gives the government room to maneuver rather than just add new revenue handles to the tax net.
Right. And what about the special imports levy? I mean, the sunset has been extended to 2028. What do you make of that arrangement?
Listen, whatever we do, we've got to understand that we're coming from a period of crisis. We're coming from a period where the servicing our debt consumed 50% of our tax revenue. We just negotiate. We are not out of the woods yet. So whatever happens, there's going to be some amount of pain. That pain, we're not going to get out of this situation in a painless manner. We're not going to get out of this situation by spending our way out of it. We're going to get out of this situation by facing up to the challenges, by taking the difficult decisions, and realizing that sometimes there's no substitute for the pain that we have to take in order for us to better our lot in the future.
And do you see the 2025 budget actually responding to that?
It does. It does. It's a fine balancing act. It was always going to be a high wire act because certain promises had been made. Ghanaians had expressed clearly that they didn't want certain taxes, but they also wanted other things. We wanted teacher training allowances paid. We wanted training allowances paid. We wanted infrastructure. So it was going to be a balancing act. At this moment, if the balance, and we all have to wish the government well, so that it will be able to bring relief.
Very well. Well, Mr. Jackson, thank you. Thank you so much for engaging with us this morning. We appreciate your time so much. Well, that's Joe Jackson. The phone lines not being friendly with us this morning, but points well made. Well, we should understand and appreciate the fact that we are coming from some austere places, and so the measures that we take should reflect that.